God's chosen one, a love that will change everything. Have you ever wondered why, no matter how far you run, something inside you keeps pulling you back toward the same calling? Have you ever felt, even in your loneliest moments, that your life is marked by something far greater than ordinary existence? Have you ever questioned why the world around you seems so loud, yet your heart keeps beating to a rhythm only you can hear? If you are hearing these words now, congratulations. You are not here by coincidence. You are not just wandering. You have been chosen. Listen carefully. Somewhere deep within you, perhaps buried under layers of fear, doubt, and exhaustion, there has always been a spark, a knowing, a whisper too sacred to name. That whisper is not your imagination. It is a calling written into the very fabric of your soul by the hand of God Himself. Your arrival here, at this precise moment, was orchestrated long before you took your first breath. It is a divine appointment, a holy intersection between who you have been, who you are becoming, and the destiny that has been patiently waiting for you to awaken. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Let that truth sink in. Let it move through you like electricity through an empty wire. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are a chosen one. There are no accidents here. The struggles you have endured, the silent battles you have fought, the relentless feeling that you are somehow different from the world around you, none of it has been wasted. Every tear, every setback, every lonely night staring up at the ceiling asking why me, was preparing you for this. You are standing on the threshold of something that will shift everything you thought you knew about your life. A transformation so profound that it will seem almost impossible until it becomes undeniable. There is a reason the storms came for you harder than for others. There is a reason you have been misunderstood, isolated, and pushed to the edges. God was not punishing you. He was positioning you. Because only those who have been tempered in fire can carry the kind of love that changes the world. Only those who have walked through the valley of shadows can recognize the blinding power of true light when it appears. Only those who have been broken can truly be entrusted with a love that heals. The next season of your life is not a continuation of the last. It is a rebirth, a divine unveiling, a sacred unlocking of doors you have been pounding on for years without knowing why they remained shut. Now, they are beginning to open. But make no mistake, this is not just about romance or comfort or finally having someone to walk beside you. This is about destiny, about legacy, about stepping into the fullness of everything God had in mind when He breathed life into you. You are not here to survive. You are here to transform. You are not here to conform. You are here to awaken. You are not here to fit in. You are here to rise. So breathe deeply. Center yourself. Let the noise of the world fall away for just a moment, because what you are about to hear will not just touch your ears. It will awaken something ancient within your soul. You are not like everyone else. You were never meant to be. And soon, you will understand why. A love is searching for you even now. A love is coming for you. A love unlike anything you have ever encountered, anything you have ever dared to dream possible. It is not born of fleeting desire or fragile promises. It is not something the world can fabricate, nor something you can chase into existence by sheer force of will. No. This love has been carefully crafted in the secret places of heaven, tenderly designed by the hands that first shaped the stars and flung them across the night sky. It is ancient, it is pure, and it is already moving toward you. Can you feel it even now, whispering along the edges of your soul? Like a breath against the back of your neck, stirring the stillness around you. awakening the dormant places within you that had almost forgotten how to hope. This love is not coming to add noise to your life, it is coming to bring peace. It is not coming to complete you because you are already whole. It is coming to illuminate the beauty that has always been there, waiting to be seen, waiting to be called forth. Imagine it. A light beginning to rise on the distant horizon, so faint at first you might almost doubt it's real, but night after night it grows stronger, bolder, painting the sky with golden fire, until one morning, without warning, it breaks through the darkness in a flood of brilliance that takes your breath away. That is the kind of love that is on its way to you. A love that does not creep into your life quietly and ask for permission to stay. A love that roars like a river, cleansing, renewing, transforming everything it touches. It is the love you were made for, the love that echoes the original language of your soul, the language spoken by the one who formed you from dust and dreamed you into existence. You have tasted shadows, but this love is the source of all light. You have wandered deserts, but this love is the oasis, the endless wellspring that never runs dry. You have felt the sting of abandonment, the ache of being unseen, but this love sees you with terrifying clarity. You are not just loved by it, you are known by it, chosen by it, celebrated by it, not despite your scars and shortcomings, but because of them. Because this love understands what it costs to survive a world like this. It knows the battles you have fought behind closed doors, the nights you have cried into your pillow asking if anyone, if God himself was listening. This love has heard every whispered prayer, every broken hallelujah, every desperate plea for more. And now it is answering. It is not coming all at once, like a storm that crashes against your life and leaves wreckage in its wake. No, it is coming steadily, patiently, intentionally. Like the slow thaw of winter ice giving way to spring, like seeds planted in frozen ground that push up toward the sun, unseen but unstoppable. Day by day, moment by sacred moment, this love is making its way toward you. It is gathering strength. It is gathering momentum. It is unstoppable because it is ordained. Imagine the first moment you will truly feel it, not just in passing glances or accidental brushings of fate, but in a full, overwhelming surge that leaves no part of you untouched. A presence that wraps itself around you like sunlight after endless days of rain. A warmth that sinks into your bones and chases out the last remaining chill of loneliness. Knowing this love will not demand that you shrink yourself to fit into its arms. It will not ask you to hide the jagged edges of your heart or pretend your past never happened. It will look at you, all of you, and still say, "Yes, you are exactly who I have been waiting for." It will heal places in you that you thought were too broken to mend. It will call forth dreams you thought you had buried long ago. It will remind you of the sound of your own laughter, the taste of your own joy, the strengths you forgot you possessed. It will not just bring you comfort, it will call you higher. It will ignite you. It will resurrect the fire that the world tried to snuff out, because this love does not come from the world, it comes from the heart of God himself. And when it arrives, you will recognize it, not because it fits your checklist of desires, not because it matches the picture you painted in your mind, but because your soul will stand at attention. It will recognize its reflection in another. It will feel the divine resonance, the sacred echo of something older than time. You will not need to force it, to fear it, to question it endlessly. It will settle over your life like dew on morning grass, gentle, persistent, undeniable. You will know it in your bones. You will know it in your breath. You will know it because for the first time in a long time you will feel seen, not with human eyes, but with the gaze of eternity. Do not be surprised if you begin to notice shifts even before it fully arrives. New people coming into your life, old doors closing with a final, satisfying thud. your own heart beginning to soften and open in places you had long ago boarded up. This is the preparation. This is the sacred unraveling. Let it happen. Let it wash over you like the tide returning to kiss the shore after years of drought, because you are standing on the cusp of something miraculous. You are about to witness the fulfillment of promises you almost gave up believing. You are about to be caught in the current of a love so powerful, so relentless, that it will rewrite the entire story of your life. Parenthetical, hold on, stay awake, keep your heart soft. A love like no other is coming for you, and when it arrives you will never, ever be the same. A quarter in the desert, like dawn after endless night. This love is not ordinary. It does not arrive politely at the edges of your life asking for a place to stay. No, it floods in like a river through the desert, rushing through the barren landscapes you thought would never bloom again. It crashes over the cracked earth of your soul with a purity so absolute that it startles you, awakens you, and makes you remember what it feels like to be fully, wildly, irrevocably alive. Picture it. A river, crystal clear and endless, cutting through miles of dry wasteland. The ground that was once brittle and fractured now sings under the kiss of water, bursting open with wild flowers and new life. That river is not just coming toward you, it is already here, winding its way through the deepest, driest parts of your heart, places you thought had long since withered into nothingness. This love does not ask for permission to heal you, it simply does. It finds the wounds you've hidden, the scars you've buried under years of pretending to be strong, and it whispers, I see you, I know you, I love you still. And in that holy knowing, the healing begins. It is the dawn after a lifetime of endless night. Imagine the darkness so thick you could barely remember the color of hope. Imagine the endless silence, the weight of despair so heavy you stopped expecting rescue. Then, without warning, a sliver of light tears through the sky. At first, so delicate you dare not believe it, but moment by moment, the light grows stronger, fiercer, until it shatters the night into 1,000 glittering pieces and bathes everything in a brilliance that cannot be denied. This is what it feels like to be loved by something greater than yourself. This is what it feels like to step into the morning after a life lived in midnight. It is not soft or passive. It is powerful, it is undeniable, and it changes everything it touches. You have wandered so long in barren places that you forgot what it feels like to drink deeply from living water. You have been cold for so many seasons that you forgot what it feels like to stretch out in the sun and let it kiss your skin. But this love remembers. This love has never forgotten you, because God is love, and He is not absent from your story. As it says in 2 John chapter 4 verse 16, so we have come to know and to believe the love that God has for us. God is love, and whoever abides in love abides in God, and God abides in him. You have been abiding in heartbreak, in loneliness, in the hollow places of your own making. But now you are being invited to abide in something infinitely greater. You are being called home. Not just to a place or a person, but to your true self, the self that was always meant to live wrapped in love, fueled by love, created to love. This love will not just mend the broken pieces, it will reforge them into something stronger, something more beautiful than what existed before. It will not simply remind you of your worth, it will crown you with it. You will no longer see yourself through the cracked mirrors of past betrayals and abandoned promises. You will see yourself reflected in the eyes of love itself, and it will leave no room for shame or doubt. Imagine the feeling of that first true connection. The moment your soul recognizes another, not in desperate need or fragile hope, but in divine certainty. It is the meeting of two rivers, two rays of dawn, two miracles colliding in time and space for a purpose greater than either of them could achieve alone. This is the connection you were made for, a connection that does not deplete but replenishes, that does not bind but frees, that does not diminish but magnifies everything sacred inside of you. When you look into the eyes of this love, you will not see control or fear or conditions. You will see partnership, celebration, eternity. The hands that shaped the stars also shaped this destiny for you. The heart that wept over humanity's brokenness has rejoiced over your perseverance, your courage to keep hoping even when hope felt foolish. That same heart now beats steadily in the rhythm of a love that is calling your name across the oceans of time and circumstance. It is no accident that you feel the stirrings inside you now, the trembling at the edge of your awareness, the inexplicable quickening in your spirit. These are the first notes of the symphony being composed for you. A melody written before the foundations of the earth, now finally ready to crescendo. But be warned, this love will demand the death of old fears. It will call you out of hiding, out of settling, out of surviving. It will beckon you to risk your heart, to believe once more in the impossible beauty of being fully known and fully loved. Will you have the courage to say yes? To step into the river, even if you don't know where it leads. To trust the sunrise, even when the night still clings desperately to the edges of your mind. Because that is what love, true love, divine love requires. Not perfection, not performance, just willingness. Willingness to be broken open, to be poured out, to be made new. The river is rising. The sun is climbing. And everything that was dead is about to live again. You can almost taste it in the air, can't you? The shift, the turning, the trembling of the ground beneath your feet as destiny awakens and love draws near. Get ready. The miracle you stopped daring to pray for is already on its way, and this time it will not pass you by. The signs are whispering. Are you listening? Have you felt it? That sudden stirring deep inside your chest, as if some ancient part of you has finally awakened from a long and restless sleep. It comes without warning, sweeping through you like a fierce, invisible tide. One moment you are anchored to the familiar rhythms of your life, and the next you are standing in the middle of a silent revelation, your spirit buzzing with the knowing that something extraordinary is near. This is no ordinary intuition. It is not the fleeting feeling that brushes against your mind and disappears. No, this is different. It digs into your bones. It hums in your bloodstream. It wraps itself around your very breath. You cannot explain it logically, but every fiber of your being whispers the same undeniable truth. Change is coming. You start to notice it in the small things first. Glimpses of numbers repeating everywhere you look. 999 blinking back at you from clocks, receipts, license plates. The number calling you to attention, telling you that something is completing, something divine is aligning. It is not just coincidence. It is a coded message from the heavens, a sign that the love meant for you is moving closer, faster than you dared imagine. Your dreams begin to shift. They become vivid, electric, saturated with emotion. You hear voices calling you by name, see faces you do not recognize, but somehow feel you have known forever. Sometimes you awaken with tears streaming down your cheeks, the echoes of some holy conversation still ringing in your ears, too sacred to speak aloud. Sometimes you wake laughing, heart racing with a joy so pure it makes the world around you seem suddenly too small to contain it. And then there are the lights. At first you dismiss them, flashes at the corner of your vision, soft glows where there should be darkness. But they persist, gentle beams slicing through the mundane, illuminating hidden corners of your life with a clarity you cannot explain. It feels as if heaven itself is reaching into your world, parting the veil that has long kept you from seeing what was always waiting just beyond your grasp, and through it all, your soul begins to change. There is a lightness to you now, a sudden expansion, as if the walls you built to protect yourself are quietly crumbling without a fight. You are breathing more deeply, smiling without cause, weeping without shame, loving without fear. The heaviness you carried for so long, the doubts, the fears, the exhaustion, begins to lift, and in its place comes a peace so profound, it feels almost unfamiliar. You find yourself drawn to silence, to stillness, to sacred spaces where you can hear the quiet voice within you growing louder, stronger, more sure. You are not who you once were. You are becoming something more. Someone more aligned with the truth of who you were always created to be. And if you listen closely, if you lean into the stillness, you will hear it. The deep, resonant song of your own soul awakening. You are not imagining this. You are not broken. You are being called, because when the love that was designed for you begins to approach, it does not tap gently at the door of your life. It roars across the distance between what was and what is meant to be. It sends out a signal, a clarion call, that reverberates through every level of your being, shaking loose everything that is not rooted in truth. It awakens the knowing inside of you, the primal, sacred awareness that you are meant for more than survival, more than silence, more than waiting for permission to finally live. It tells you that love is not just coming, it is already on its way. It is already at work, dismantling walls, rearranging stars, moving heaven and earth to find its way to you. You will recognize its approach not by the noise of the world, but by the quiet revolution inside of you. It is the inexplicable desire to forgive old wounds you once thought unforgivable. It is the sudden urge to open your hands, to release the chains you once clutched so tightly. It is the fierce craving for authenticity, for vulnerability, for a life drenched in truth and wonder and meaning. You are being prepared. You are being sanctified. You are being made ready for the kind of love that does not just hold you, but lifts you. That does not just admire you, but anoints you. That does not just see you, but beholds you. Do not dismiss the signs. Do not silence the voice inside you that is trying so patiently to lead you home. Everything you are feeling, the surges of emotion, the sudden tears, the unexplainable joy, is sacred. It is the Spirit moving within you, stirring up the waters of your heart, clearing out the debris so that love can flow in without obstruction. As you move through these days, stay alert. Watch for the signs, the repeated numbers, the sacred dreams, the flickers of light in unlikely places. Pay attention to the way your heart leaps at certain words, certain songs, certain whispers on the wind. These are not accidents. The universe is conspiring on your behalf. Heaven is aligning the path before you. Love is gathering itself at the edges of your life, waiting for the moment when you will be ready to step forward with open hands and an open heart and say, I am ready. Ready to love, ready to be loved, ready to walk into the fullness of the life that has been waiting for you all along. The signs are here. The stirring has begun. And the greatest love story of your life is about to unfold. You were broken apart so you could be made whole again. There comes a season when the silence becomes so loud that it feels like it could split you open. You walk through familiar streets, sit in crowded rooms, smile when you are supposed to, and yet you feel more isolated than if you stood alone in a barren desert. It is a deep, aching loneliness, one that no amount of distraction or noise can cover. It clings to you, wraps around your chest, and whispers doubts into the places you tried so hard to keep strong. You wonder why you seem to drift further and further from the people you once loved, the connections you once depended on. Friendships fracture without explanation, relationships crumble even though you gave them everything you had. There are goodbyes you never saw coming, betrayals that knock the breath out of you. At times it feels cruel, almost unbearable, as if the very ground beneath your feet has been ripped away. But what if this breaking isn't a punishment? What if it is a cleansing? What if the hands that feel like they are tearing you apart are actually the same hands molding you into who you were always meant to become? Because the truth is, not all who walk with you are meant to walk with you forever. Some chapters require a thinning of the crowd. Some seasons demand a solitude so pure that you can finally hear the voice of God without interference. This loneliness you are drowning in, it is not abandonment. It is refinement. Think of Moses. Called by God to lead his people out of slavery, he did not immediately step into glory. He first spent 40 years isolated in the wilderness, stripped of position, misunderstood by his own people. He who was once a prince in Pharaoh's palace became a shepherd in the silent fields. No applause, no recognition. Just endless days under the sun and endless nights under the stars, with nothing but the whisper of the wind and the weight of waiting. It was in the wilderness, in that vast loneliness, that Moses was prepared for his destiny. It was in the silence that he was shaped into a man who could hear God's voice and carry the burden of an entire nation's deliverance. Or consider Joseph. Loved by his father, hated by his brothers, betrayed, sold into slavery, thrown into prison for a crime he did not commit. Years passed, dreams faded, hope withered. Imagine the loneliness of Joseph, forgotten in the depths of a foreign prison, wondering if the visions God had given him were nothing more than cruel illusions. But the isolation was never random, it was surgical. Every loss, every betrayal, every long empty night in that cold cell was chiseling Joseph into the kind of man who could stand before kings without bitterness, who could forgive the brothers who betrayed him, who could save a nation from famine. Loneliness, misunderstanding, isolation, these are not signs that you are cursed. They are evidence that you are being chosen. You are being refined by a love so fierce, so jealous for your destiny, that it will not allow you to settle for anything less than everything you were created to be. The breaking of old relationships is not just the closing of a chapter, it is the clearing of a path. The misunderstandings are not failures, they are protections. God is not punishing you. He is preparing you. He is stripping away every counterfeit connection, every distraction, every dependency that could hold you back from the extraordinary life He has planned for you. It feels brutal now, yes. It feels lonely and senseless and cruel, but someday you will look back and see it clearly. You were never abandoned. You were being refined. You were being sanctified. You were being positioned, and not just for any love, but for a love so holy, so aligned with your purpose that anything less would have destroyed you. There is no cheap version of the destiny you are being called into, no shortcuts to the kind of love story God is writing for you. True, sacred, transformational love demands a heart that is wholly His first. And so He allows the loneliness, He allows the severing, He allows the aching distance, not to break you, but to make room inside of you for something bigger, something purer, something eternal. You are not forgotten, you are not being punished, you are being chosen. And the refining fires you are walking through now will soon give way to a love so consuming, so breathtaking, that every tear you cried in the silence will be counted as sacred. Every moment of aching solitude will be redeemed 100-fold. Hold on, beloved. Hold on through the loneliness. Hold on through the betrayal. Hold on through the nights when it feels like your prayers vanish into the void. Because you are closer than you have ever been. You are standing on the threshold of everything you have prayed for, everything you have fought for, everything your soul has longed for. This is your wilderness season. This is your refinement. This is your proving ground. The same God who whispered to Moses from the burning bush, who elevated Joseph from the prison to the palace, is the same God who is moving in your story right now. Do not despise the isolation. Do not curse the silence. Lean into it. Listen to what it is trying to teach you. Let it strip you down to your truest self, your purest essence. Because when love comes, and it will come, it will not be for the mask you wear or the role you play. It will be for your soul. The real you, the one forged in fire, the one polished in pain, the one who learned to stand alone so that when the right hand reaches for you, you will know it is not there to complete you, but to walk beside you. A true story is what I've been able to write. The desert you are walking through is holy ground. The loneliness you are enduring is sacred space, and the love that is coming, it will change everything. Forever. Someone is coming, and they will see your whole soul. There will come a moment you cannot predict, a moment unmarked by grand ceremony or flashing signs, yet it will shift the entire axis of your world. You will be standing somewhere, maybe in a quiet room filled with strangers, maybe beneath a sky streaked with the final colors of the setting sun, and you will feel it before you see it. A pulling, a recognition, a soft but relentless current drawing you closer to a destiny that was written into the marrow of your bones before you were even born. And then you will meet their gaze, not the polite glance of a stranger, not the distracted nod of the busy and burdened. No, this will be different. Their eyes will lock onto yours with a stillness so profound, it will silence the noise of the world around you. They will not merely look at you. They will see you. Every jagged edge you tried to hide, every scar you thought made you less worthy, every radiant part of you you were too afraid to believe could be loved. They will see it all, and in that gaze, you will find not judgment, not fear, but recognition. It will feel as if their soul has traveled through oceans of time just to find yours. And maybe, in some way far beyond human comprehension, it has. There will be no need for masks, no frantic reaching for the right words, no shrinking or pretending or hiding behind the walls you once built so carefully. This love will not ask you to become smaller. It will not demand that you sacrifice your light to soothe its insecurities. Instead, it will bask in your light, reflected back to you even brighter, and call forth the parts of you you had almost forgotten existed. You will know this love by its freedom, because the right love, the God-ordained love, never imprisons. It liberates. This person will walk beside you, not in front of you, not behind you. They will not attempt to possess you, contain you, or dim you. Their love will not be a chain, but a wing, lifting you higher than you ever thought you could fly. And as they rise, so will you, until together you soar in ways neither of you could have managed alone. There will be no jealousy in this union, because where there is divine love, there is no fear. They will celebrate your victories as if they were their own. They will nurture your dreams with the same tenderness they give their own hopes. And when the shadows come, and they will come, they will not flee. They will anchor themselves beside you, becoming a steady flame against the storms that life will inevitably hurl your way. This love will be different from anything you have ever known. It will not consume you in wild, destructive fires fueled by insecurity and need. It will not leave you hollowed out and questioning your worth. It will be a slow, steady burning, a sacred hearth around which you both find shelter, warmth, and purpose. You will work together, not merely to build a life of comfort, but to fulfill a mission far greater than yourselves. Your souls, intertwined not just by affection but by a shared calling, will move in tandem toward the destiny God has whispered over your lives since the beginning. You will not compete, you will complement. You will not tear down, you will build. You will not drift apart in the quiet moments of growth and change. You will lean in, hand in hand, heart to heart, surrendering your individual ambitions for a greater shared vision birthed by divine design. And oh, how you will heal. In their presence, the wounds you thought would forever ache will begin to close. In their laughter, the sorrows you buried deep will start to dissolve. In their touch, not of possession but of reverence, you will remember what it feels like to be cherished simply because you exist. You will feel safe but not caged, seen but not scrutinized, held but never confined. You will be loved not for your perfection, but for your raw, holy, unfiltered existence. As 1 John 4:16 tells us, God is love. Whoever lives in love lives in God, and God in them. And you will know this is true, not because someone told you, but because you will be living proof of it. The world will not understand this connection. It will seem too effortless, too radiant, too fiercely protected by forces unseen. Let them wonder, let them marvel, because you will know the truth. This love was not built by human hands. It was crafted in the chambers of heaven. It was nurtured through every heartbreak you endured, every tear you shed, every prayer you whispered in the dark, believing against all odds that one day someone would see you and still stay. And they will. Oh, they will. When you meet them, your soul will not panic, will not question, will not resist. It will sigh with the relief of a traveler who, after years of wandering through strange and hostile lands, finally finds their way home. And though life will still bring challenges, still carve deep lines into your shared story, you will walk through it all with a steadiness that defies logic, because you will know, beyond doubt, beyond fear, that you were not thrown together by chance. You were chosen, you were called, you were destined. And when they take your hand, it will not be the beginning of your story, but the continuation of a much greater one, written by the author of stars and seasons and souls. So wait. Wait for the one whose eyes do not just see your face but recognize your soul. Wait for the one who doesn't demand that you change, but stands in awe of who you are becoming. Wait for the one who believes in your calling as fiercely as they believe in their own. Wait for the love that feels like freedom and fire, like devotion and destiny, like worship and wonder, because it is coming. It is closer than you think, and when it arrives, it will not just change your life, it will awaken your very soul. Forever. You were never meant to prove yourself worthy. You have spent too long trying to earn something that was already yours. You have exhausted yourself trying to measure up, to prove that you are worthy of love, of purpose, of belonging. But hear this truth that will shatter the chains around your spirit. You do not need to strive to deserve it. You were never meant to audition for worthiness. You have been worthy from the very first breath you took. In the eyes of the Creator, you have always been enough. Before you achieved anything, before you failed anything, before you even knew how to call His name, you were seen, known, and chosen. Your worth is not a prize to be won through perfection or performance. It is your inheritance, etched into your very being, placed there by hands that do not make mistakes. You are the masterpiece of a perfect artist. You are the beloved of a relentless Father. There is nothing you could do to increase His love for you, and nothing you could fail to do that would ever decrease it. This world, broken and blind, will tell you otherwise. It will shout that your value lies in what you produce, how you look, what you own, or who approves of you. It will weigh and measure and judge with scales that are rusted and cruel. And if you are not careful, you will begin to believe the lies. You will begin to see yourself through a lens cracked by human failure rather than divine truth. But heaven's scale is different. Heaven looks at your heart, not your accomplishments, not your status, not the scars that others have left on your spirit. Heaven sees the light within you, the unquenchable fire of your soul, the fingerprints of the one who made you. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not too little. You are precisely who you are meant to be, walking exactly the road that will lead you to everything you were created for. In Isaiah 43:1, God declares, "Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name, you are mine." Do you hear it? Not just tolerated, not just allowed, but claimed, treasured, loved beyond comprehension. You are not a mistake struggling to find purpose. You are a miracle unfolding in divine timing. Every scar, every setback, every sorrow you have endured has not diminished your value. It has deepened it. It has carved into you the depth and strength required to carry the destiny God has assigned you. Your pain is not proof of your failure, it is proof of your preparation. When you look in the mirror and see flaws, heaven sees beauty refined by fire. When you hear the voices that call you unworthy, heaven hears a song uniquely sung by your spirit alone. When you feel forgotten, heaven is weaving your name into the very fabric of eternity. You do not need to beg for a seat at the table. You were already given a place before you even knew there was a feast. You are not competing for God's attention. You have always had His heart. Stop shrinking to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold you. Stop apologizing for your existence. Stop doubting the sacredness of your soul. You carry the breath of God within you. You walk with the weight of eternal purpose humming in your veins. You are a chosen one. You are a light that darkness cannot extinguish. You are a living testament to the artistry and tenderness of the divine. Your value cannot be calculated. It cannot be traded. It cannot be diminished by ignorance or cruelty or the brokenness of those who cannot recognize your worth. Even on the days you falter, even in the moments you lose your way, you remain priceless in the eyes of your Creator. Nothing you have done, nothing you have failed to do, nothing you have suffered, nothing you have dreamed can change the simple, shattering truth. You are beloved, you are chosen, you are seen, you are needed. This world will try to convince you that you must hustle, must climb, must compete to earn your place. But the kingdom of heaven whispers a different story. The kingdom says you belong simply because you are. The kingdom says you are enough simply because He made you. The kingdom says you have a place, a name, a destiny that no one can steal from you. Rest in that truth. Breathe it in until it saturates your bones. Let it replace every lie you have been told, every wound you have carried, every doubt that has gnawed at the edges of your spirit. You are not a question mark. You are an exclamation of divine intent. You are not forgotten. You are inscribed on the palms of His hands. You are not lost. You are led by a love that has never taken its eyes off you. You do not need to strive to become worthy. You are already worthy. You do not need to build yourself up to be seen. You have already been seen in your fullness, your frailty, your ferocity, and loved all the more for it. The love that is coming for you is not coming because you will finally be good enough. It is coming because you already are. The life that awaits you is not being dangled like a carrot at the end of impossible striving. It is waiting for you to simply say yes to what has been yours all along. Lift your head, chosen one. Straighten your shoulders. Walk as one who knows their value is unshakable, unbreakable. You are not here by accident. You are not called by mistake. You are not loved by chance. You are the handiwork of heaven. And the very fact that you exist is proof that you are worthy of every good and beautiful thing that is being prepared for you. Stand in that truth. Claim it, live it, because nothing can take it away. Fear is only the shadow. Love is the flame. Fear is not the monster you imagine it to be. It is only the shadow of old wounds, stretching long and distorted across the landscapes of your mind. Fear has no substance of its own. It lives only where pain once lived, where loss left its aching fingerprints, where betrayal taught you to flinch at the kindness you once longed to trust. Fear is a ghost, but love, divine love, is a flame, and flames consume shadow. Whispered deep into your spirit, here is the truth you may have longed for, but scarcely dared to believe. You are not captive to the fears of your past. You are not doomed to relive the wounds of yesterday. There is a love greater than the betrayals you have endured, a love more faithful than every abandonment you survived, a love fierce enough to tear down the fortresses you built around your heart just to stay alive. You do not have to hide anymore. You do not have to guard yourself against the inevitable hurt you have convinced yourself is always coming. Because this love, God's love, is not a fleeting feeling. It is not a fragile promise. It is not another breaking wave you must brace against. It is a mountain. It is a fortress. It is an unshakable, unbreakable covenant that stands even when everything else falls away. Listen closely now. The fear of being abandoned, the terror that no one will stay, that you will always be left behind once your true self is seen, these are lies. They are scars from wounds, inflicted by those who did not know how to love what they could not control, who could not see beyond their own brokenness long enough to honor yours. But those scars are not the end of your story. The fear of betrayal, that gut-wrenching anticipation that someone you love will turn their back on you, tear you down, leave you hollow and wondering if you were ever enough. This fear is not your birthright. It is the poison left by those too small to hold the magnitude of the love you offered. But the antidote is already coursing through your veins. You have survived every storm sent to destroy you. You have risen from every grave where hope was buried. You have kept your heart beating, even when the world tried to convince you it was safer to let it grow cold. And because of that, you are ready. Ready for a love that does not falter in the presence of your vulnerability. Ready for a connection that does not punish you for your tenderness. Ready for a belonging so deep and so true that fear itself will have no room to breathe. As 1 John 4:18 declares, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The one who fears is not made perfect in love. Perfect love is not found in flawless people. It is found in the presence of the divine within us, binding us to one another with something far stronger than flesh, far deeper than words. When you love with God's heart flowing through yours, fear evaporates like morning mist before the rising sun. When you are loved, with God's heart pouring through another's soul toward you, fear can no longer cling to the corners of your being. Imagine it, a love that does not ask you to earn your place. A love that does not leave when the road becomes rough. A love that does not pull away when your walls crumble and your wounds are laid bare. A love that steps closer. A love that reaches out tender hands to touch the trembling places within you and says, even here, especially here, I choose you. You will no longer live haunted by the footsteps of those who walked away. You will no longer brace yourself for betrayal with every tender moment, because true love, the love crafted by the hands of God Himself, is not fickle. It is not cruel. It is not conditional. It is steady. It is pure. It is patient. It is kind. And it is already written into the blueprint of your destiny. You will not be left behind. You will not be abandoned once you are seen fully. You will not be betrayed for daring to trust again. You are being prepared, even now, for a love so healing it will feel like breathing after nearly drowning. It will not erase your past. It will redeem it. It will not pretend the wounds were never there. It will kiss them until they cease to ache. It will not ignore your fears. It will stand steadfast beside you until fear forgets your name. And you will rise. You will rise with a heart that no longer trembles at the thought of being known. You will rise with a spirit that no longer flinches at the nearness of tenderness. You will rise with hands open wide, no longer gripping the illusions of self-protection, but ready to receive the gift that has always been meant for you. A love that casts out fear. A love that rewrites the ending of every painful story you have ever carried inside you. A love that turns every "what if they leave" into "I am here and I am staying." A love that transforms the darkness into morning. And when that love comes, and it will come, you will not shrink away in fear. You will not doubt your worthiness. You will not sabotage it with the memories of those who could not love you properly. You will meet it with open eyes, an open heart, and the unshakable knowledge that you are finally walking into the promise you were made for. Do not fear the shadows. They cannot touch you anymore. The light is already breaking through. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not unlovable. You are the chosen, beloved of the Most High. And every shadow that once frightened you will bow before the radiant love that now crowns your life. This is not the end. This is the beginning. Welcome it, breathe it in, let it become the foundation under your feet, because perfect love is here. Perfect love has found you, and nothing, not fear, not memory, not doubt, can take it away. Whisper it now, I am ready to be loved. If your heart has been stirred, if something ancient and holy within you has begun to awaken, then this is your moment. This is your sacred invitation. Right now, right here, take a breath so deep that it touches the parts of you you thought were long forgotten. Place your hand gently over your heart. Feel the sacred rhythm that has carried you through every storm, every silence, every aching prayer you whispered into the darkness. That heartbeat is not an accident. It is not random. It is a drumbeat of destiny, calling you forward into the love that was written for you before the foundations of the world. Now, with your hand steady over your heart, whisper these words, not to the air, not to me, but to the God who has never stopped watching over you, waiting for this very moment. Whisper with trembling faith if you must, but whisper, I open my heart to receive divine love. Let the words move through you like a key turning in a long locked door. Feel the resistance melt away. Feel the fear dissolve. Feel the soul within you lift its eyes and stretch its wings, ready to fly higher than you have ever dared before. This is not a fantasy. This is not wishful thinking. This is your soul saying yes to the sacred contract you signed long before you wore skin and bone. Long before you walked this earth. And if you feel that stirring, if you feel the whisper of destiny curling around you like a warm and holy mist, then mark this moment. Seal it not just in your heart, but in the sacred flow of intention. Go now and comment 999 below. This is not a number chosen by accident. It is the number of completion, of spiritual awakening, of divine alignment. When you type 999, you are declaring to heaven, to the earth, to every unseen force that you are ready. You are ready to walk into the love that will not only transform you, but will ripple out from your life and change the world. This is your soul's signature on the covenant being offered to you today. This is you stepping over the threshold between the old life of fear and the new life of divine fullness. This is you saying yes to the sacred love that has waited for your heart's permission. You are not alone anymore. You have never been. But now, by your own sacred choice, you are stepping fully into the light that has always been yours. Hold your hand over your heart a moment longer. Let gratitude flood you. Let hope rise. Let the old fears crumble into dust beneath the certainty of your calling. This is your time. This is your rebirth. This is your holy yes. Whisper it again, louder this time if you dare. I open my heart to receive divine love, and know that even now heaven rejoices, for a chosen soul has remembered its truth, and the love that will change everything is already on its way. You were born to set the world on fire with love. You were not chosen simply to be loved so that you could wrap yourself in comfort and forget the world outside your door. No, you were chosen because the love you are about to receive, the love you are awakening into, is meant to set the world on fire with light. You are not only loved to be happy, you are loved to become a living flame, a beacon in a darkened world, a lighthouse for lost souls, searching for a glimpse of hope across the turbulent seas of their life. You, beloved chosen one, are the answer to someone's silent prayer. You are the miracle someone has been begging for without even knowing it. You are the living testimony of what happens when divine love is allowed to break open a human heart and pour itself out in rivers of grace across a thirsty, weary land. When you receive this love, do not hoard it, do not hide it, do not keep it locked away like a treasure for yourself alone. Let it flow through you like a mighty river, breaking through every dam built by fear and doubt and despair. Let it pour through your words, your actions, your very presence. Let it shine through your eyes when you meet a stranger. Let it be heard in the warmth of your voice when you comfort the broken. Let it move through your hands when you reach out to lift someone who has fallen. Because every time you love boldly, fearlessly, selflessly, you are helping to recreate the world. Every time you choose compassion over judgment, hope over cynicism, mercy over vengeance, you are joining hands with heaven in the greatest revolution the universe has ever seen. The revolution of love. Do you understand the magnitude of your calling? You are not here to be small. You are not here to fit neatly into the expectations of a world that has forgotten how holy and luminous a human soul can be. You are here to be magnificent. You are here to be a catalyst. You are here to be a wildfire of love in a world that has grown too cold and too cautious. And it begins with one choice, one yes. One decision to say, not just with your words, but with every fiber of your being, I am ready. I will carry this love. I will be its vassal. Easy. I will set my life ablaze, and by doing so, I will light the path for others to follow. This is your moment. This is your commission. This is your destiny unfolding in real time. You are the spark that will ignite the hearts around you. You are the whisper that will remind someone they are not alone. You are the force that will turn mourning into dancing, ashes into beauty, despair into praise. And every time you love, even when it feels like your love is falling into silence, even when it seems unnoticed or unreturned, you are planting seeds that will bloom in eternity. You are building a kingdom not made of stone, but of spirit. You are constructing cathedrals not with bricks, but with acts of mercy and courage and tenderness. You are weaving a tapestry of redemption with every step you take in faith. And the heavens watch you with bated breath. The angels lean in closer every time you choose love over fear. God himself smiles and says, "There is my beloved. There is the one through whom I will work wonders, too great for the mind to fathom." So rise, chosen one. Rise and take your place among the shining. Let your life be a living prayer, a song of freedom, a testimony of the power of love to resurrect what the world has pronounced dead. Take the love you have received and pour it out without reservation. Plant it like seeds across every heart you encounter. Water it with your kindness. Tend it with your patience. Harvest it with your faith. and watch as a garden springs up around you, a forest of hope and healing and life. This is what you were made for. This is why you were chosen, not merely to be loved, but to be love. Not merely to be healed, but to be a healer. Not merely to find the light, but to become it. And so I send you now with a blessing deeper than words. May the love of God flood every chamber of your heart until fear has no room to breathe. May the light of heaven blaze so brightly within you that darkness cannot even come near. May you walk as one who knows they are chosen, cherished, called, and unstoppable. May you set fires of hope wherever your feet carry you. May you breathe life into the dry bones of this weary world. May you dance on the ashes of your old fears, and may your laughter ring like bells of freedom across the land. May your love be the kind that breaks chains. May your words be the kind that builds bridges. May your hands be the kind that heal what others have broken. And when you doubt, when you grow weary, when you wonder if it is worth it, remember this. The smallest act of love echoes louder in eternity than the grandest acts of hate. Nothing you do in love is ever wasted. Nothing you give from the overflow of your heart will ever return empty. You were chosen. You are anointed. You are unstoppable. Now go, shine, love, change everything. Amen.